It's actually hard to believe that we bought this farm a year ago last month. That's pretty cool. And a lot of changes have happened since we've been on the farm. We've been doing a lot of work and cleanup and stuff like that. But there's one thing that I really have been wanting to tackle. And it's one of the things that sold me on this property, and that's the fact that it has a well on it. So what I'm going to do today, instead of investing money in a new well pump and tank and lines and all that, is I want to test this well water first, and I want to see if it's any good. So got a couple ideas in the back of my head, but I thought I'd bring you guys along to check out this well water. So here's our well. It was full of all kinds of crap, so I've been cleaning it out. It's got a nice rock or gravel base to it, and I think I'm going to pour some concrete in here to give my pump a good foundation to sit on. But right here is the head of the well, and I doubt you'll be able to see down in there to see the water level, but you can see the water from up here. So I know there's water in it. It's just a matter of getting to it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to rig up this jar somehow to this rope, and I'm going to lower it down in there, and I'm going to see if I can't get some water. All right, so somehow I want to take this wire and make some kind of something like that, and then tie the rope to this. That way the jar goes down straight. I feel like if I tie the rope around the jar, that it's going to want to lean to one side, and it may get hung in that well coming back up or going down. So I'm going to figure out a way to kind of fashion this wire around this jar. There, I think I got it. That should work. I will tie our rope to that wire. Now we got a little mini water catcher. All right, come on. Let's see what this water looks like. All right, so we're gonna drop it down in there. Okay, we just hit water. Okay, so I'm actually going to tie a knot right here in this rope, so I know how far down the water level is, and then I can just measure the rope. All right. The only problem is I don't know if my jar's got any water in it. I can't see. I'm gonna bring it up and see if it's got anything in it. All right, my jar is wet, and cold, but I don't have any water. So let's go find a rock. That's really cool. It doesn't seem very deep, and I don't mean that the well isn't deep. It doesn't seem like the water's very deep, so that's kind of cool. There's some rocks over here where we had the pool put in. We'll try this and see what happens. Hopefully that's enough weight. Okay, we just hit water. I felt it. All right, that sunk. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's definitely full. I can feel the weight. And there's my jar of water. All right, so I was told by the previous owners that they got on city water when it came around because she thought this was a sulfur well, which would have a very egg-like smell to it, a rotten egg smell. It has no odor whatsoever. It's pretty clear. It's definitely clear water, and it's ice cold. That's what I love about well water, is it comes out of the ground ice cold. So, okay, awesome. If y'all ever need to get water out of your well, you just learned how. So I picked up this test kit at Lowe's. And it says it's a complete water analysis kit. It checks for 13 dangerous water contaminants, lead, total coliform bacteria, pesticides, chlorine, hardness, iron, pH, hydrogen sulfide, nitrites, nitrates, iron bacteria, copper, and total alkalinity. So we'll see what this thing comes with. It's got the bag, this bag, tube, looks like some test strips, pesticide, and comes with the directions, a color chart, and I guess something to take notes with. All right, first one, it's talking about total hardness, chlorine, alkalinity, and pH. So it's saying to fill this to the first notch. Okay, this is what it's reading. It says to read immediately. So parts per million, chlorine is 0. Total hardness looks to me like it was about 450. Alkalinity 240. It's a 9 on pH. And we're not showing any nitrates or nitrites. So according to this, my water is hard and alkaline, but I'm wondering if that rock had anything to do with it. We'll go on to the next test. Next test is a copper test. Okay, so I'm guessing it's showing copper is present, but it's saying up here that it's okay. So I guess there's okay levels of copper in the water. Next would be iron. This one apparently you just immerse for 2 seconds. So after the iron is sat for 60 seconds, I would say, sorry guys, I would say that is the color. So 0 is showing okay, but I'm sitting at a 0.03. We can go on to the next one. Lead and pesticide test. To drop this in and let set for 10 minutes. So we're gonna let that set for 10 minutes. Okay, next is the chloroform bacteria. And that's what this little baggie is for. And I've got to fill it to 100 milliliters. And then you're supposed to dissolve a little tab that was in there. And then fill this one up to 10 milliliters. And it says this one is a 48-hour result, so we won't get the results today, which stinks because this is the chloroform bacteria test. This is the one we really want. But apparently that little tablet is going to react and change the color of the water. So we'll let it set and go back to our pesticide and lead test. Take the strips out of the vial and lay them down on a flat surface with the arrows pointing to the left. Okay. Alright, so we will check our results for the chloroform bacteria in 48 hours. And it looks like this test come with enough stuff to test your well water twice, which is cool because, you know, after we start using it and pulling water out of there, it may actually change the levels of stuff that's in there. So, like I said, according to the charts, it's definitely, my water is hard and alkaline. And I'm going to have to ask Mr. Google why well water would be hard and alkaline, and if there's anything I need to do about it. But so far, it looks like we're good.